guys, welcome back to English Building Blocks. In this video we're going to talk about the word enough and all the different meanings and positions it has. Now, if you like this video, click the like button or the notification bell, subscribe, or just leave a comment down below. I'll happily answer any questions you may have. Okay, so now let's get to it. So, what are those different meanings of the word enough? There are plenty of different meanings. The word enough can mean sufficient or sufficiently, adequate or adequately, and it can even mean the right amount. So there are plenty of different meanings, yes. But if you pay close attention, you'll also realize that sometimes enough is used as an adjective when it means sufficient or adequate. Sometimes it's used as an adverb, okay, when it means sufficiently or adequately. And it can even be used as a pronoun when it means the right amount. Okay, so let's have a closer look. So, enough as an adjective. When we use enough as an adjective, then it is followed by a noun. So first we use enough and secondly the noun. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. First one. There is enough food for everybody. There is sufficient food for everybody. So here we use enough as an adjective, enough or sufficient. And you can also see that enough is followed by the noun food. Enough food. Okay, good. Second example. We don't have enough information. We don't have an adequate amount of information. So again, here we use enough as an adjective, enough or adequate. And again, you can see that enough is followed by that noun, enough information. Okay, good. So, enough as an adverb. Let's refresh our memories first. How exactly do we use an adverb in English? Well, basically we use it to describe an adjective, another adverb, or an action, or a verb, right? And that is exactly how we use enough as an adverb. We use enough as an adverb to describe an adjective, another adverb, or an action or a verb. Okay? And in all three cases, you'll see that the expression enough immediately goes after that adjective, adverb, or verb. Okay? Good. Let's have a look at some examples. First one. She runs fast enough to win the race. She runs sufficiently fast to win the race. So we use here enough as an adverb, right? Enough or sufficiently, and it goes after the adjective fast. Fast enough. Okay, good. Second example. He doesn't work quickly enough. He won't finish on time. He doesn't work sufficiently quickly to finish on time. So again, we use enough as an adverb, sufficiently or enough, right? And it goes immediately after the adverb it's describing, quickly enough. Okay, good. Third example, you need to drink enough. It's very hot today. You need to drink sufficiently because it's very hot today. So again, we see here we use enough as an adverb, enough or sufficiently. And again, it goes after the expression it's describing. In this case, the verb to drink. Drink enough. Okay? Good. So, lastly, we can also use enough as a pronoun, meaning the right amount. Now, when we use enough as a pronoun, then it means that we use it on its own, alone, okay? And we do this because we don't want to repeat a previously mentioned word, okay? Let's have a look at some examples. First one. Could you get some water, please? There isn't enough. Enough what? Enough water, obviously, but we don't want to repeat the previously mentioned word water, so we use enough on its own as a pronoun. There isn't enough. Okay? Good. Second example. Do you need more ice? No thanks, we have enough. Enough what? Enough ice. Okay, so we don't want to repeat the word ice, so we use enough as a pronoun on its own. Okay, good. So observation number one, and this one is a little bit tricky. Now, what do we do when we use enough with a noun phrase? Or what do we do when we use enough with an adjective and a noun together? Well, that depends. Do we describe the adjective or do we describe the noun? Depending what we describe, the position of enough changes. Okay, if you describe the adjective, then enough goes immediately after the adjective, as we have discussed before, right? But if you describe the noun, then it goes in front of the noun phrase, which means it goes immediately before the adjective. Okay, now let's have a look at some examples as always. First one. Okay, we want to move to a bigger house, but we want to stay in the same neighborhood. Luckily, there are enough big houses to choose from. Okay, so here we use enough before the adjective describing the houses or the quantity of the houses. There is a good quantity of big houses to choose from. Okay, good. Second example. Unfortunately, we don't have a big enough house to get a dog. Obviously, we have a house, but the house is not big enough. So here we're describing the size of the house, the adjective big, and therefore enough goes after the adjective big. Big enough house. Okay, good. Now, observation number two. We use the expression enough of when followed by a determiner or a pronoun. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. There is never enough of that delicious fish. Okay, so here we use the determiner that, and therefore we use the expression enough of. Enough of that delicious fish. Okay, good. Second example, he has taken up enough of my time. So here we use the pronoun my, and therefore again we use the expression enough of my time. Okay, good. So, to sum up, the word enough has multiple meanings. It can mean sufficient, sufficiently, adequate, adequately, or the right amount. Okay? And on the other hand, we can use the word enough in different ways. We can use it as an adjective, right? And then it goes immediately before its noun. Okay? We can use it as an adverb, describing an adjective, another adverb, or a verb, and then it goes immediately after that expression. Or lastly, we can use enough as a pronoun, so we use it alone, right? And we do this to avoid repetition. Okay? Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned something. Till next time, bye bye.